Hi everyone, in this video we'll accept two numbers and an operator and we'll print the result according to the operator, and this program will be done using switch case. So let's start by creating a new class, and let's call the class as operator test. Okay, you can give it any name. I'm just choosing to call it operator test. Okay, so right click, open editor, maximize, remove these comments, remove this code, we don't need this, remove these comments, we don't need this also, and now change the return type of the method to void and leave the name of the method as it is if you want, or if you want you can change it also. Let me call it cal, and we have to accept here two numbers and an operator from the user. Let me explain the program first, what we are going to do in this program. Let's suppose the numbers entered by the user are 2, 4 and 6 and he enters plus. So in that case our program will give the sum of these two numbers, that means it will give 10. Now if the numbers are 4 and 6 and the operator entered by the user is this, that is multiplication, then our program should give the output as 24. That means 4 6 are 24. If the numbers entered by the user are 4 and 6 and the operator entered by the user is minus, then the output should be minus 2. That means 4 minus 6 minus 2. And in case, let's suppose the numbers entered by the user are 20 and 4 and the operator entered is this sign, that is divide, then the output should be 5. So we are going to check for these four operators. Okay, so we are going to write a program for this. So we have to accept two numbers and an operator. So in that case, let's say the numbers are int x comma int y, and for operator we'll have to take a third parameter whose data type would be char, and the name of the variable we can take it as op. Remove this code, we do not need this code, we'll write our own code here. We are going to do this program using switch case. So let's write switch, and I told you that within the parenthesis, round parenthesis of switch, we write the name of the variable. Now in this program there are three variables, two numbers and an operator. So how do you know which variable will come here? See, what are we going to check? We are going to check that if the operator is plus, then we do sum. If the operator is minus, then we do subtraction. If the operator is into, then we do multiplication. So we are going to check for the value of which operator? This. Okay, we are going to check for the value of which variable? This, op. So that is the variable whose name will come. So we will just write op here. Okay, the name of the variable. After that, open the curly braces of switch and close the curly brace of switch. Now within these curly braces the entire code will come. So how many cases are going to be there? That is what we have to decide. So as I showed you earlier, that we will check for four operators: plus, minus, multiplication and divide. Okay, so we will have four cases. That is case, in single quotes you will write case plus. Okay, I'll write the statements of the case later on, and then we'll have case, again minus, and then case within single quotes into, and then we'll have case divide. Okay, these are the four cases we will have, and then we will have default. Okay, now what do we want in case plus? We want the sum of x and y, so that is what we are going to do. So here we'll write system, s should be capital, system dot out dot print ln x plus y, and don't forget to put the break, otherwise it will go into the next case and a fall through will take place, as I explained in the previous video. So again here what are we going to do? Here we want to print x minus y. Okay, so here instead of plus it should be minus, and here we are going to print x into y, and in the last case it should be x divided by y. I'm directly doing it here. Instead what you can do is, if you want, you can declare one more variable within the method, let's say int r, and you can store the result. See, you can say r is equal to x plus y, and instead of printing x plus y, you can do r is equal to x plus y, and then you can print r here. Okay, this is also we can do like this also, and then again in case minus we can take r is equal to here we can take r is equal to x minus y, and we can print what we can print r. Okay, so this is another way of doing the things. We can use the same variable in different cases. So I'm leaving the other two cases as it is. And what do we want in default? In default, we can print, we can print invalid operator. Okay, if he enters any other value, we'll print invalid operator. Okay, and we don't need a break after default. Okay, so now we have closed the switch case, and now let's save the program and run it. Compile it, and okay, so we have to remove this will give us error. Okay, now so how will this program be executed? It will ask us to enter two integer, that means two numbers and a operator. So when we enter, let's suppose when we enter in the operator multiplication, that means the star symbol, then it will go into case the star, it will do the product of x into y, and it will break out of the switch case. Okay, so we have already compiled it, no syntax errors. Now right click, you have to choose this new operator test. Okay, you will get this, right click, void char. Okay, now enter two numbers, let's say 4, then click here, enter 6, and here you have to put the operator in single quotes because it's a char. Okay, so let's say we put the star sign which is just above 8 and put it in single quotes. Okay, and say okay. So you see 4 6 are 24. Let's run it again. When we run it again, and let's enter some different numbers, 20, then click here, enter 5, and let's enter within single quotes sign of divisibility, this divide sign. Okay, so that means 20 divided by 5 gives us 4. Okay, now let's enter let's try it again, 4 8, and enter any other operator. Let's suppose I enter this dollar sign. Okay, now because we do not have a matching case, so it will just print the message invalid operator. Okay, so this is how we can make a program. This is like a mini calculator. We have a small calculator which works for division, multiplication, subtraction and addition. So if you like this video, please click on the like button, share button, and subscribe to the channel estudy.in if you have not already subscribed.